Welcome to the TRU Podcast. I'm Tony Reese. I'm the host. So when I say TRU, I want y'all at home to say true. TRU. True. That's what's up. What's up? I got a special guest today. I'm excited. I just met him here. I'm at the podcast summit. I just met him here like 10 minutes ago. And we said, let's just hop on a podcast because there was so much synergy between us. I was like, man, we got too much stuff going on, so let's just make it happen. So thank you so much for jumping on the podcast. Introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about what you do.
Okay, my name is Everett Roberts. I'm the founder of Lobby Studio BK, small content house that I actually had in my home for the last 3 years, and I've outgrown the space. I've always told everyone, like, my biggest goal is to get the studio out of my home. And just 2 days ago, I finalized my lease for a 2-story building to have the what's going to be called the Brooklyn Content House.
The Brooklyn Content House. So anybody in New York, make sure you come to the Brooklyn Content House. Man, that's amazing.
Thank you.
When you was talking on another podcast over there, I was hearing about the Brooklyn Content House. And I'm doing the same type of thing in Texas.
Love it.
And so TRU stands for Tony Reese University. And what we're doing is we're helping entrepreneurs understand the power of entrepreneurship by utilizing technology and AI. And I think I'm thinking about doing trades too, because that's one thing that we know AI can't take away right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're actually about doing that. So, but tell me a little bit about like how you got started. And why you got started. Help me understand your purpose and, you know, the purpose and the product you're going to be selling with your podcast.
So the funny thing is, I own a 4-story brownstone in Brooklyn, right?
Oh, wow.
On one of my floors, I had an Airbnb, right? And I used to have this overflow of individuals that would come in and they didn't have anywhere to go. So on my lower level, I created what I call the lobby, like the lobby of a hotel. But I wasn't upselling or charging them for the space. I had coffee and I had TVs down there and things of that sort. And then I said to myself, like, this don't make any sense.
I ain't charging.
Why I ain't charging? Let me monetize, right? So I bought these 3 little cameras, these cameras called Mevos, right? And you know, I did the job as I learned my craft. And then I started buying more cameras and and microphones and lighting, and I didn't know what
you was doing.
But I'm the kind of person, if I'm going to do it, then I want to do it real and right.
Yeah.
So I just kept on building upon that and create different sets inside of my studio. And like I said, I've outgrown it, and then now moving over to what we're going to call the Brooklyn Content House.
I love it. Thank you. So born and raised Brooklyn?
Born and raised Brooklyn. My family's from Panama.
Okay.
But born in Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
So that's where my roots are at.
Well, so I like to say that part of our pain is tied to our purpose.
Okay.
So help me understand a little bit about your pain and some of the things that you've gone through.
So as far as the work that I'm doing, none of it has been painful, right? And I have to say that because, and it's not obviously the goal is to make as much money as possible.
Right.
But working from the inside or the outside in, I've built a community, right?
Okay.
Young people, old people, female, male. And, one of the things that, I raise my hat to or what have you is the fact that people can come to me, ask for my advice. I have a lot of young people in my camp.
Okay.
Right? I think if we go back to pain to a certain degree, is the 9-to-5 hustle, right? For the last 6 years, I've been consulting in pharmaceutical marketing. And it's been good because it's what has I funneled that money into the business that I have today. But we know what big pharma is like.
Oh, yeah.
Corporate America is like. Being a consultant, right, and working, when I do get a consultant gig, for 3-4 months, I am working 12, 16-hour days, right? But the good thing was I would stack my money and then be able to take 3 months off and build upon my business, right?
Oh,
so,
I love that.
So it really wasn't a lot of pain. I feel that this is going to be successful, but I know I'm going to go through some growing pains because having a business in your house is easy. Who you paying the rent to?
Yeah.
Myself, right?
Yep.
Now I got to pay rent, utilities, staff, you know, and I have to truly build out this business on a different level.
So no, I love that. That's a great story. You're right. We all going to go through some pains, but I like to say we don't go through problems or the storms. We grow through them. So we have growth opportunities.
Love that.
So we never have problems. We have growth opportunities. So the pain I'm talking about is like your testimony. Like you from Brooklyn, bro. So I don't know how old you are. You look young.
I just turned 60.
No,
man.
you didn't.
Yes, sir.
Bro, no way.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you
yes,
look
sir.
good, bro.
Thank you.
60?
Yes, I just turned 60.
Get some of them jeans, man.
And the funny part is the woman that I'm renting the space from, she's in her 70s, and she must have said it 2 or 3 times. She's like, I don't believe that you're doing this at this point in your life, where I guess she thinks I should just be chilling and drinking some country time lemonade, sitting on a porch. And I'm like, if not now, when? I might come back as a mosquito.
Come on.
What am I going to do then? I'm like, this is my moment. This is my time, you know, and look at where I'm at today.
Man,
look at the brother I'm meeting, Tony, you know? So this is beautiful in itself.
I think so I'm a believer, so I believe all things work together for our good, for God's purpose. So
yes, sir.
I'm so excited to get to meet you. But also, what is one thing that you help me understand your why? Like, why are you doing this? Like, what's the purpose? And also some of the pain that you're going through, like growing up as a kid in Brooklyn, like what? Because I believe like that is one of the ways we know and understand our purpose, by growing through a situation.
And it's funny, I didn't know the why, right? I didn't know the purpose, but then I have so many young people that they call me Uncle Ev, right? And like, I don't just, like we always say, I don't just hit the record button and give you your content. You can't come to me and say, I don't care how old you are, that you want to do a podcast. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an intake interview with you on camera.
Oh, wow.
And a brainstorm session so we can talk about why you want to do this. So that I'm not just taking your money.
Oh,
right?
That's amazing.
And because if you don't do this, then you don't retain them. They'll shoot 2 episodes and wonder why they don't have a following. You don't have a call to action. You don't have a reason for being. You don't have a set. Some don't even have a name for their podcast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is my true purpose, is to help individuals, you know, not just through podcasts, because also what I tell them, and this might be a slight on my part by saying, this is a vehicle.
Come on.
I'm not saying you don't use this for the rest of your life.
Right.
This is a vehicle of something else.
Come on.
Right? So
come on.
Use this right now, build upon this, create a brand, and do something with purpose.
Man, and that's what CJ talked about yesterday, building a brand and making sure that we do this for a reason.
Yes.
Man, I love it.
And then I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Then your second question about growing up in Brooklyn. I grew up in the projects, right?
Yeah, me too.
I'm a first generation American. Like I said, my family's from Panama. But I would not, and you probably feel the same way, if I had to grow up any different,
you would.
I wouldn't.
All things work together.
Sense of community.
All things work together.
In the projects in New York, most projects, everything around you is concrete.
That's why they call it the concrete jungle.
Concrete jungle. But my projects, as soon as I walked down the stairs, there was a 60-foot field. Manicured grass. Wasn't a football field, wasn't a baseball field, but you know what we did?
Yeah.
We turned it into a football field.
Everything.
We turned it into everything you can think about.
Yeah.
So, and to me, maybe because at my age right now, I don't remember the struggles, or my parents didn't make me see the struggles, but I didn't feel any struggles. I left the projects at 18 years old and I joined the Air Force. My mother wanted me to get out.
Well, thank you for serving our country.
Yes, thank you.
That's awesome.
And that was the best thing that I could have done. I didn't get in trouble growing up, thank God, but trouble was around me.
Yeah.
You know, so I might have been a product.
Easy.
I might have been a product in another way,
It could
right?
have been. Yeah.
You never know.
A whole nother way.
A whole nother way.
So let me ask you, was your father in your life?
My father was in my life. My father was a street guy, right? He did a lot of things, but guess what he did do?
What?
Came home every night.
He came home
Every night.
So they stayed married?
They went, while I was in the Air Force, they divorced.
Oh, okay. Is your father still alive?
Both my parents aren't here with me today.
Okay,
but,
man. Sorry to hear
but
that.
like everyone asks me, am I spiritual? Do I believe in God? It's like I pray through my parents because I feel like the closest thing to God, and it's kind of like more relatable than me.
Yeah. No, I love that. Oh, wow. Yeah. So I grew up. Well, my dad was accidentally murdered when I was 3.
Wow.
So I had no recollection of my dad. And when he died, my mom became an alcoholic.
Wow.
And man, she struggled. So I pretty much had to raise my mom and my 2 younger siblings. But my mom taught me so much. She taught me how to be respectful and how to be responsible. She always told me to say yes, ma'am, yes, sir. And no matter what, everything that we went through, she would make sure that we got 8. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the projects in Oklahoma. I'm from Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah. Oklahoma is, and most people like, ain't no black people in Oklahoma. It's a lot of black people in Oklahoma.
And there's a lot of black people that's probably in the projects that you knew in that core environment.
And that was the community. So I get what you're saying about community. So this is like a full circle because last year doing Podcast Summit, my mom passed away.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So this is almost like a rehearsal. It's triggering, but it's also, I know that I have to do it for her just to keep her spirit alive. And also I want my grandkids to get to know their grandmother through my podcast and just all the stories that I'm gonna be telling about, about my life, but also about why I'm doing what I do.
And the one thing that you just said, that your father passed when you was 3 years old, and I heard you earlier talk about the fact that you have 5 kids.
I got 5
right?
kids.
And it's like so innate in you to how to bring them up, and you didn't have to have your father as a role model. I know this is your show, but I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
It's like, who was that male role model that you did have in your life?
Yeah, that's great, man. That's a great question. So one of my role models was my basketball coach. So one of my commandments, shout out to CJ. CJ said we need to come up with commandments. So one of my commandments is get a coach, listen to your coach. And so my whole thing was I was going to make it to the NBA. I was trying to go to the NBA. Like I had hoop dreams, and basketball was going to be my way out of the hood.
Nice with it?
Oh, yeah, I still got a shot.
Okay,
I still can get out there right now. Like anybody want it, I can give you that smoke. But he told me when I was in the 10th grade, he said, Tony, he said, none of y'all going to make it to the NBA. He said, you're not going to make it to the NBA. I was like, bro, why you just gonna ruin my hoop dreams like that?
Right.
He said, he looked at me, he said, Tony, you're smart. He said, if you focus on your academics and your grades, that's your way out of the hood, because he knew I was in the projects. When he told me that was the first time a man said, if you do this, this will happen. And when he told me that, I got straight A's throughout my high school career, and I was the valedictorian of my high school because that was the first time he told me that. And we had 400 people in my senior class. So I was valedictorian of 400 people just because a man told me that. So that's why I say, get a coach, listen to your coach. Sometimes we get coaches and we don't listen to them.
And it's funny, the analogy hoop dreams, right? Which is, we know basketball is a black sport. They didn't call it football dreams, tennis dreams, golf dreams.
Right.
They said hoop dreams because they know, that a lot of us have dreamt to go to the NBA. Now, and we've, there's dreams to go into these other sports, but basketball was our way out.
Hood, that was our way out. Like it was either basketball, drugs, pimps, and drug dealers.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And gangsters.
Right.
So like just like you, I had opportunities. I sold drugs before just so I can make money. I was part of a gang. Like my next door neighbor in a Crip neighborhood was a Blood.
Wow.
And his name was Buddy.
Wow.
And I said, Buddy, man, will you be like protect me? Because I was so scared of moving into the neighborhood.
Right.
He's like, man, if I protect you, I'm gonna have to jump you in on the set. I was like, all right. So he took me in the backyard and beat me up. And so I was a Blood. But Buddy, one day he was going to his girlfriend's house. A girl called him, and everywhere Buddy went, I went. So I don't know if you remember that little Buddy doll. It's called My Buddy.
Yeah, no,
wherever you go, wherever Buddy went, I went.
Okay.
And a girl called him over to her house, and he was like, yeah, I don't think you should go this time. I was like, Buddy, come on, man, let me go with you. He said, nah, I don't think you should go. When he went over there, it was some Crips waiting for him, and they shot him 3 times.
Wow.
He didn't die.
Wow.
But I could have been one of those just because he told me not to come, and he felt something. And he said, nah, you're not in the game no more. He told me, he's like, I believe God got something for you, so you're not going to go with me everywhere I go no more. And he said, you're no longer a blood. I was like, oh, man.
Damn. So he could jump you out?
Jump me out the set. Yeah, he beat me up and jumped me out the set.
And you know what's funny about that? What's funny about that is, like, when I went into the Air Force, and I still talk to my Air Force buddy, I'm not ashamed to say that they was like, you're the scariest New York nigga I ever met.
Really?
Like, Kentucky, Georgia, these were these dudes, and they were wild. And it's funny because, like, I had a friend that one day, because I wasn't in no gangs, I just played sports, I went to school, all that kind of stuff, right? But I had a friend that was going into the city to do some stick-ups, right? Yeah. And I was like, yo, I want to go with you, right? And he was like, nah, Ev, this ain't for you, blah, blah, blah. And the thinkings at first was, like, he didn't want me to get in any trouble. And then I thought about it after a couple years later. He's like, if you get caught, you probably be the first one to dime everyone out. Yeah. So, and guess what, man? This while I was in the Air Force, he died. He got murdered. The same guy that told me, nah, this ain't for you.
Wow.
You know, so, thank God for being scary.
Come on.
You can call it what you want to call it. I fought.
Yeah,
I had to fight in the project.
Yeah.
But beyond fighting and protecting myself, I wasn't doing anything on the offense.
Oh, that's
great. I just defended myself.
I love that. The other thing I heard you say back there at the other podcast that you were part of, talked about the Black Man's Brunch too. Tell me a little bit about that, man, and why it got started and how effective it was and what it was about.
So my friend Shake, shout out to my best friend Shake, and the ex-mayor of New York, Eric Adams, actually had Eric Adams' fundraiser at my house.
At your house?
At my house. I had his fundraiser before he became mayor. So I would say now, we're about 11 years ago, they started the Black Man's Brunch in small restaurants, right? Small Black-owned restaurant. And it grew to a capacity of, the last one that they had was 900 black men.
It was 900
black men. From the guy sitting next to me with a do-rag to a brother that was what's his name? Something Peoples. He's a real estate professional. That's a billionaire.
Yeah.
They're damn near sitting across from each other, giving and getting the same message. So because of different things that has happened in New York with our mayor, we've kind of haven't done it in 2 years. So what I did was bring it back to where it was at.
Nice.
And go to restaurants and do Black Men Brunch too. Not the number 2, but us black men, we brunch also.
Yeah.
You know, and
men brunch too. I love that.
TRU.
We too.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and when, so have you started that, or when you?
I did 3 episodes.
Okay.
Right. And then.
So is that going to be a podcast like that?
I think we're going to bring that back.
Like that.
And I think I'm going to start one in the studio.
We should do one in Texas
for sure.
And then just film them.
For sure.
And put them on our sites as well.
For sure. Well, because I'm big on collaboration, man. Yeah. So I would love to do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes, sir.
Let's do New York. So once again, congratulations to you. Are you a Knicks fan? Like, what? I don't know. I'm just saying, everybody in New York is not a Knicks fan.
Orange and blue. Remember, I'm 60 years old. We haven't won in 53 years, and what was I, 7 at the time? And I probably didn't know what the hell a Knick was.
Yeah.
And Knickerbocker, I don't know if many people know that's
what it's. What is a Knickerbocker? I don't think most people don't
know. Those are
like
Knickerbocker were these long shorts that men wore back in whatever days or what have you. But that's what I shouldn't even, because that might be a big joke.
Yeah,
I
didn't know what it was.
Like,
it could be like,
you ever heard of Knickerbockers?
I heard Knickerbockers, but I didn't know what it was, what it stood for.
Yeah. So, hey, beautiful. Yeah, you might as well you're on our podcast.
We should put like some
barriers there, right? Yeah. So we're at the podcast summit, and it's like,
people just walking by, but don't even worry about it. We're just coming by.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, we just gonna keep on rolling.
So yeah, man. New York is on fire.
It's on fire right now.
It's going to be on fire to the start of the season. Everyone is like, it's parties everywhere. It's block parties. Awesome. You have to come to Brooklyn, man.
I gotta come to Brooklyn, man.
Feel it. I got space for you, bro.
Let's go, man.
You got to come through, man.
I've never been in the brownstone either.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Now, we're going to make some connections.
Yeah,
and I think I'm going to actually fly to New York as well because my cousin, shout out to my cousin, Courtney Cogburn, Dr. Courtney Cockburn. She's a professor at the University of Columbia.
Right,
Yeah. No, I love what you're doing, man. And so, man, I don't want to take too much of your time, man. I know you got some other stuff to do.
Right, bro.
But, man, I think we're connected, bro.
Oh, we definitely connected.
We locked in, bro.
And the crazy part is, you know, sitting there and listening to all those inspiring speeches, dope, right? But this,
this
the networking connection.
This is why I came here for.
This is what I came here for also. I didn't think I'd be doing this. Because I don't do this, man. I'm not comfortable. But all of a sudden, man, like I was on, was it tonight's conversation?
Yeah.
I went up there and I went up there and asked a question.
Last night?
Yeah, last night, bro. And everyone knows. Like I have a friend of mine, Ted. Shout out to Ted, who's a coach, a life coach, right? It's not my life coach per se, but he was like, Everett, you are too effing humble. Right?
Yeah.
But my humility has worked for me also.
Yeah.
But I do need to step out of that.
You're like a natural, bro.
I hear that every once in a while. But I think it's you too, Tony, man. I think it's the energy that's bouncing off each other, man. And we definitely gonna rock, bro.
Well, I think this whole thing is just giving people the energy, man.
Yes.
What is the one big takeaway you're going to take away from Podcast Summit 2026? What is the one thing you're going to take away and you're going to implement immediately?
So, one of my clients, Ryan, he has a company called Level Up in NYC, right? He called me one night and was like, yo, I got this brother, Chris Sane, who just was up there.
Yeah.
That he gave me the opportunity to interview him. Yo, can you get the studio together so we can shoot? I'm like, man, it's the night before. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what time is he coming? 9 a.m. I'm like, dude. So I got up early, hustled, got the studio together, and shot Chris. And I'm taking it straight from Chris. He stopped. Ryan asked him, what is an investment that you would give, or what would you give someone as far as guidance to what they should invest in?
Mm-hmm.
And Chris said, you should invest in yourself. All this stuff I see here in your studio, he said, the cameras are like, I know you spent a lot of money for this, but you have to invest in yourself. So investing in myself, what was these tickets?
Yeah.
$190.
That's it.
Airfare to Atlanta, hotel, maybe $600. And look at what we're doing right here today.
Man. Hey, if you don't come to Podcast Summit next year, it's something wrong with y'all.
Yeah.
Like this type of thing is happening all over this place. And you should definitely come to Podcast. Register today for Podcast Summit 2027 because it's going to be lit.
Tony, I got it. I got it, bro. I got it, man.
What you got?
Next year, we're going to be in that room. We'll share a booth.
Ooh, let's share a booth.
We'll share a booth.
Let's do it. And we're going to talk about all the things we've done
right
up from this point on to then.
Yes, from New York to Texas.
From Texas to New York. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
All right, well, thank you all for tuning in to the TRU Podcast. My guest, man, I'm so Tell me your first and last name again.
I'm Everett Roberts, Lobby Studio BK, and soon to be the Brooklyn Content House.
Brooklyn Content House. And you got a YouTube?
Everything is Lobby Studio BK right now.
Lobby Studio BK, that's what it is.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and like and follow because we about to make it happen from Texas to Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
Let's grow.
Yes, sir.